I was browsing the internet one day, and then a thought came into my mind. What is the internet? Sure, we use it to tell our friends when we're on our way, but in reality, we're still getting ready to meet up with them, and we use it to FaceTime relatives in other countries so we can see how they live, and we envy them for having nice weather when it's the middle of winter. But I was thinking a little deeper. The internet fascinates me. When you really think about it, the internet is just a series of wires laid out all over the world, like in water, under land, and a whole bunch of other places. The cables laid out all over the Earth stretch 550,000 miles, which is enough to circle the Earth 22 times, and some of the cables are laid over 25,000 feet below the ocean's surface. Now you might be thinking, how thick are these cables? They must be super sturdy and durable. They're just 3 inches thick, or about as thick as a credit card. But, not the same thickness as a credit. It looks like this, okay? There we go. It's no secret that I used to play games a lot. We used to come home from school and play from the time we came home until the time we went to bed, only to do it all over again the next, day and all summer. But there was one thing that we used to complain about a lot, and it was lag. Yeah, I'm there. Lag, bro? Why are we lagging? Lag again, man. Holy. Bro, I'm tired of this. Lag was very infuriating, especially when you were doing well and you didn't want your kill streak to end. It wasn't until I got older that I realized what I was doing. I was communicating with my team while inputting movements on a controller to control a virtual character, all in basically real time. Bad connections happen all the time until we realize what we're doing. Say you're calling your relatives in another country. You're seeing them and they're seeing you on a live video wirelessly with just some invisible waves going through the air. Whether or not you think it's 5G and radiation is up to you. It's just a bunch of ones and zeros being transported through the air or through wires across thousands of miles at the speed of light. So, we have to give it slack sometimes. When you really think about it, think about how far the internet has come. Back when we used to play games, 10 years ago, I don't remember what my download speed was, but it definitely wasn't good. So I instilled the help of Google to remind me how slow it was. I pulled up this article from 2011 where advertised speeds were a max of 50 megabits per second from Rogers and 25 megabits per second from Bell and Telus. Jump forward 10 years and my internet speed with Bell is about 1,000 megabits download and 750 megabits upload. Under the right conditions, you're wired up and all that kind of stuff. I also did a quick search for the fastest consumer available internet, and it's 1.5 gigabits down, which is about 1,500 megabits download and 980 megabits upload under the right conditions again. Unbelievable progress has been made in the past 10 years, and I don't even want to know how fast government internet or NASA's internet. Actually, you know what? Maybe I do. Let me check it. So according to Google, whose credibility is debatable, NASA's internet is about 91 gigabits per second, which is basically 91,000 megabits per second. That is just unbelievable. You want to download games, movies, whole albums, the whole of human knowledge and existence. You can probably do it pretty quickly. You want to continue talking about progress? Look at what Elon Musk is trying to do with Starlink. Starlink is a bunch of satellites that got sent up into the atmosphere of Earth to basically beam down the internet to rural areas where it would be a hassle to try and hook up wires and replace them and stuff like that. Just think about that. All you do is order this satellite or this, white dish, you set it up on your roof, you turn it on, and boom, you have internet. No external wires required that you have to plug into your house or they have to connect to your house or none of that. You just plug it in and it connects to the satellites above the Earth and it provides internet for you. I wonder if it's laggy at all or if it has a lot of latency. It's just in the beginning stages, so it's probably not as good as wired internet or probably won't ever be as good. But for those people that live in the middle of nowhere or if your internet is super slow, you can have speeds anywhere from 50 megabits per second to 150 megabits per second just by plugging in a white dish into a wall. Pretty sick, Elon. When you really sit down and think about it, the internet took humanity to a whole nother level. It really was exponential growth. We now have a place to store all the human knowledge ever created or discovered, and we can communicate with anyone in the world at any time at all from a little device in our pocket. Humans are more connected than ever. Like, think back to the times of pioneers and, those people. Say one of them were going on a trip. Let's just take George Washington, for example, just somebody that popped into my mind for whatever reason. When he was making a trip across the country, he had basically no way of telling people like where he left from, if he made it or not. Sure, he could send a letter, but I mean, how long would that take? Days? Weeks? Like, it was probably delivered by horseback or train or, something like that. The people back home had no idea whether they made it or if they didn't or if they died on the way. The only way was either by letter or by a messenger, I guess. Maybe that's where "don't kill the messenger" comes from. Never thought of it like that. Anyway, I hope you understand the magnitude of the situation and how lucky we are to have instantaneous, communication these days. Like, when I get home from my girl's house, I let her know that I made it home, even though it's just a 10-minute bike ride over. Imagine not seeing or hearing from your wife or husband for the whole night because you had no way to communicate with them unless it was face to face. If we lived back in, the 1800s or whenever it was, my girl wouldn't know that I made it home, or if I didn't, unless she came and checked on me or I didn't make it back to her house the next day. The internet will probably remain one of the greatest inventions ever just because of the impact it had. You watching this video right now wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for the internet. Your mom FaceTiming you at Walmart to ask what flavor of Dunkaroos you want wouldn't be possible, and you wouldn't have gotten your Dunkaroos. You also wouldn't be able to download my free wallpaper pack from my website without the internet. As you can tell, I'm not very good at promoting my own products I've created, but I'm going to do it now. If you want to download my wallpaper pack, you can find it on my website. It's 100% free, always will be free. They're optimized for most devices, so you just have to select it as your wallpaper and you're basically good to go. Be sure to let me know what you think of them and how I can improve for the next pack. And as always, thanks for watching. Go download them. Why are you still here? They literally cost you nothing. $0. Go download it.